Hello, my friends. Welcome to day 25 of 30 days, 30 episodes of the Life Shift podcast. I am coming in from a day or an afternoon of editing and turning around one of the work podcasts that I work on every single Monday. So basically, the team of smart people, they get together on Monday mornings, late mornings, and then they record the episode. They usually do about 4 or 5 segments. And then they send me a spreadsheet of the different segments and places that they messed up and stuff. And then I create overlays and put it into some video editing software. And then I kind of go through and cut things out and make it smooth and then jump different, single view of one person talking or 3 people talking or 4 people talking or whatever it may be. And then I also do the audio at the same time. And I've kind of found this rhythm that I'm doing now. But the whole goal is to start it about 1 p.m. Eastern time and release it between 4:30 and 5 p.m. Eastern time. So far, so good. This is week 9 of doing that. And it really wears me out, but it's also a good challenge. And so I'm finding a good rhythm. Next thing on my list is to figure out a way so that I can pass it off to another team member if I am taking a Monday off, because it would be nice to take a Monday off every once in a while. I have planned upcoming vacations where I'm back on Monday, so I can do that. Speaking of, I just booked our tickets for my birthday trip in February. So we are going for 4 nights and we're going to see 6 shows. So we're going to see Sunset Boulevard. We're going to see Cabaret, The Outsiders, maybe Happy Ending, Death Becomes Her, and Drag the Musical. So I'm excited about that. I was able to get a little bit better of tickets this time because we were able to get the hotel on points and we got the flights on points. So super excited about that. All this to say, it's Monday and I'm already tired, but luckily it is a short work week because Thanksgiving is coming up, which just means we have a day off or 2 days off, which is nice. So I don't know why I told you all that stuff, but today it's day 25 and it's another one of those days. And I think this is what is so great about the Life Shift podcast. Okay, the Life Shift podcast, I do a little bit of kind of working with the guests to make sure that they've figured out their pivotal moment, but I don't have to do too much legwork before they show up. I just try to show up fully present, listening as actively as possible so that I can engage in the conversation. They do all the work telling their story, and I try to navigate that and ask questions out of my own curiosity. But for this bonus series, I have to show up every day with a plan. Or I pretend that I have to show up every day with a plan. But really what happens is I'm busy. And then I'm like, oh no, I need to fulfill my commitment of recording 1 episode every day. What can I talk about today? So as we get closer to 30 days, I'm kind of like, have I said everything that's ever been said? There are a couple things in my past that I haven't shared just yet. I don't know if I'm going to. I kind of have the itch to do it, but they're a little bit of more taboo topics. So I'm not sure if I'm going to. Happy to tell people on the side, but maybe not on a recorded platform where everyone listens. But we'll see. But today I figured I would talk about my dream job, which doesn't mean that I don't enjoy my current job. So Olivia, if you're listening, I enjoy working with you and I enjoy my current job. But when I was a kid, probably like a teenager, when MTV was big, I actually decided to go to UCF, and my major for a short period of time was radio and television because my dream job was to have Carson Daly's job on TRL, Total Request Live. Something about, I loved the fact that it was music videos, celebrities, and it was this like hosting type gig. Probably was never cut out for that, but it was I want to go work for MTV and do that and get in that space. And the reason that I didn't pursue that any further was because I took mass communication law in, I think, my freshman or sophomore year, probably my freshman year. And I struggled trying to remember the dates of these particular court cases and which one was which and all these stuff. And I ended up getting like a C, which was one of my first C's in my life. And I was like, well, if I'm going to get a C in college in this, maybe that's not the route that I'm supposed to go. And so I shortly after that class, changed my major to, I think I did undecided for just a little bit. And then I just chose business. And then I chose management information systems, which I don't know why I did that. But in any case, I chose business because it was easier and I knew I was going to do well. So if I could go back, I'd probably change that. But yeah, I wanted to be MTV VJ, like Carson Daly on Total Request Live. And then that kind of went away, and I realized that wasn't realistic and that wasn't something that I was able to pursue, or I was too afraid to pursue. I was probably able to do it, but I was too afraid to do it. And then probably about 10 years ago, this is going to make me sound like a middle-aged woman, but maybe longer than, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I started watching The View, and I've just literally watched it every day since. And I've been to 3 or 4 live tapings now, probably going to go again in February for my birthday now that they're in a new studio. But like, I would love, if it was possible, to be one of the people at the table. But the problem is that it's always women, because that's what the show was built on. So it's not a problem. It's a great thing. And it's women with different generations, different perspectives, just different everything to kind of come together and have these conversations. But like, if there was a space for a guy and it could be a no-name, someone like me, that would be my dream job. And then now, to like sweeten the pot, The View started Behind the Table podcast done by the executive producer, and he brings on each co-host every day, a different day a week, and has like deeper conversations with them. So like, podcasting and being on The View, migrating a little bit from the Carson Daly role of Total Request Live, but now like just being a middle-aged woman on The View, that would be so cool. And I don't know why that's something that just is so interesting to me. Maybe it's kind of like this, and in which I could sit at a table and have honest, open conversations in which my opinions maybe were not the same as everyone else's. And then other people listening, like they do of the Life Shift, but on a much smaller scale, they hear something that resonates with them or makes them feel less alone because they also feel that particular way about that particular topic. So maybe all of it is kind of connected in that way. And The View is just like a supersized version of the Life Shift podcast. So maybe someday. We'll never say no, but I would just kind of love that. I think it would be really hard and really rewarding and really overwhelming, and all the good things, all the stretch goal kind of things. Plus, I would be able to live in New York City or outside of New York City and be able to see shows and things like that. So all the things would collide in this most beautiful of ways. So those are still like dream jobs that if it fell in my lap, I would run as fast as possible to go do it. Or if the opportunity where I could audition for something like that happened, I would totally do it. So if anyone knows anything or anyone that can get me into something like that, let me know. I'll talk to my company. We can make something work out. But that is my dream job. So laugh at me if you'd like, but I wanted to share that with everyone today. So that is it for day 25. Maybe you want to share what your dreams are or what your dream job is. If you had to work, you couldn't just win the lottery and spend all that money. But if you had to work and there was like any way that you could work, what would you do? That's what I would do. So that's all I have for day 25. I will be back on day 26 with a little bit more energy, maybe. And I will see you then. I hope you are preparing to have a great Thanksgiving with your friends and your family and all the people that you like to be around for those particular days. So that is it. I will talk to you all tomorrow.